Masturbation is one of the most common yet least talked about topics. Have you ever had questions about it, but felt too awkward or embarrassed to ask? You're not alone. Millions of people wonder whether it's normal, healthy, or if it has any side effects. But often, myths and misinformation get in the way of real answers. In this video, we're breaking down the 10 most common questions people ask about masturbation, with clear, science-backed, and life experience explanations. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what's fact, what's fiction, and how masturbation affects your body and mind. Let's get started. Question 1. Is masturbation normal? Alright, let's start with one of the most frequently asked questions. Is masturbation normal? The simple answer? Yes, absolutely. Masturbation is a completely natural and universal part of human sexuality. In fact, research shows that over 90% of men and 70 to 80% of women have masturbated at some point in their lives. But let's be honest, those numbers could be even higher because not everyone is comfortable admitting it. Masturbation is a normal part of human development. It starts as early as childhood, with kids naturally exploring their bodies. At that stage, it's not about sexual pleasure. It's about curiosity. As children grow into adolescence and their bodies go through puberty, hormonal changes kick in. Suddenly, there's an increased awareness of sexual urges, and masturbation becomes a way to explore those feelings. And here's the thing, it doesn't just stop in the teenage years. People of all ages, from young adults to middle-aged individuals and even seniors, continue to masturbate. It's simply a part of life and a normal aspect of human biology. So if masturbation is so common, why do so many people still feel shame or guilt about it? The answer lies in culture, religion, and outdated beliefs. For centuries, different societies have spread myths about masturbation, often labeling it as sinful, harmful, or even dangerous. It's important to understand that sexuality is a personal experience, and everyone has different needs and preferences. Some people masturbate frequently, while others do it occasionally or not at all. There's no right or wrong amount. It all comes down to what feels right for you. Masturbation can be a way to relieve stress, improve mood, or simply enjoy personal pleasure. It can also help people explore their sexual preferences and understand what feels good to them, which can lead to better, more fulfilling relationships. However, there is one key point to keep in mind. Like anything in life, balance is important. While masturbation is normal and healthy, excessive masturbation could be disastrous as it can affect productivity, cause distress. But for the vast majority of people, masturbation is just a natural, harmless part of being human. It's nothing to feel ashamed of. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It doesn't make you weird. Question 2. Does masturbation have health benefits? Let's address another common question that many people are curious about, but may feel hesitant to ask. Does masturbation have any real health benefits, or is it just something we do for pleasure? The answer? Yes, masturbation has several scientifically proven health benefits, both physically and mentally. It's more than just a way to relieve sexual tension. It plays a role in stress management, sleep improvement, and even reproductive health. Ever had one of those days where stress is piling up and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to relax? Well, masturbation can actually help. When you masturbate, your brain releases a surge of endorphins, which are the body's natural pain relievers and mood boosters. Along with that, your body also releases dopamine, the same feel-good chemical associated with motivation and pleasure. This combination works together to lower cortisol levels, which is the hormone responsible for stress. That's why after an orgasm, you often feel a sense of relaxation and relief. It's not just in your head. This is a real biological response that helps your body and mind calm down. So in times of high stress, masturbation can actually serve as a natural relaxation tool to reset your mood and help you feel more at ease. If you struggle with falling asleep, especially when your mind is racing with thoughts, masturbation might actually help you drift off faster and sleep better. After orgasm, the body releases a hormone called prolactin, which is directly linked to feelings of relaxation and drowsiness. This explains why many people experience post-orgasm sleepiness, making masturbation a potential solution for mild insomnia or nighttime restlessness. For men, studies have shown that orgasm, especially through ejaculation, reduces sympathetic nervous system activity, which helps the body transition into a restful state. For women, masturbation can also relieve muscle tension, which contributes to better overall relaxation. For women, masturbation can actually serve as a natural pain relief method during menstruation. Here's how it works. When a woman orgasms, her body experiences rhythmic contractions of the uterus and pelvic muscles. These contractions increase blood circulation and relieve tension, which can help ease cramps. Now, this one is especially important for men. Some research suggests that men who ejaculate frequently, whether through sex or masturbation, may have a lower risk of developing prostate cancer later in life. The theory behind this is that regular ejaculation helps flush out toxins, bacteria, and old sperm from the prostate, preventing them from accumulating and potentially leading to health issues. One study published in the journal European Urology found that men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated less frequently. While more studies are needed to confirm the long-term effects, the idea makes sense. Keeping the reproductive system active and cleaning it out regularly may contribute to better prostate health. Another often overlooked benefit of masturbation is that it helps individuals become more familiar with their own bodies. By exploring what feels good and learning more about your own pleasure responses, masturbation allows both men and women to become more comfortable and confident in intimacy. When you know what you like, you can communicate better with a partner, leading to more fulfilling and satisfying sexual experiences. For people who experience anxiety about sex, masturbation can be a safe and pressure-free way to build self-awareness. This is particularly useful for people who struggle with sexual performance anxiety or for those who have limited experience with intimacy. Question 3. Can you masturbate too much? Yes, you can, but only if it starts causing problems in your daily life. Masturbation is a normal, healthy part of human sexuality. While it can be a way to explore your body, relieve stress, and even help with sleep. However, like anything in life, too much of a good thing can become a problem. The question isn't whether masturbation is inherently bad, it's about how it's affecting your life. Some people masturbate daily and feel fine, while others do it less frequently. There's no universal normal frequency that applies to everyone. The key is balance. If it's not interfering with your responsibilities, relationships, or health, there's no reason to worry. But if you're noticing negative effects, it might be time to reassess your habits. Let's break it down. Here are some clear warning signs that excessive masturbation might be becoming a problem. Masturbation should be a tiny part of your life, not something that takes over your life. If you find yourself skipping important tasks, procrastinating on work, or avoiding social interactions just to masturbate, that's a sign that the habit is controlling you instead of the other way around. Think about it. Are you missing deadlines? Are you choosing to stay home and watch porn instead of spending time with family, friends, or a romantic partner? If masturbation starts impacting your productivity, motivation, or personal connections, it's worth addressing. Please and please. Physically, masturbation shouldn't be causing pain. If you notice irritation, soreness, or even numbness, it could be because of excessive stimulation. For men, frequent ejaculation can lead to temporary fatigue due to the release of prolactin, a hormone associated with relaxation and sleepiness. If you feel constantly drained or unmotivated after masturbating, it might be time to cut back. For women, frequent use of high-intensity vibrators or overstimulation of the clitoris can lead to temporary numbness. This doesn't mean you've permanently damaged anything, it just means your nerves need a break to regain their full sensitivity. Remember, if something hurts, your body is trying to tell you something. Listen to it. Masturbation can be a way to relieve stress, but if you find yourself doing it to escape emotions like sadness, boredom, anxiety, or loneliness, it may be turning into an unhealthy coping mechanism. Ask yourself, am I masturbating because I want to, or because I feel like I have to? Do I reach for porn or masturbation whenever I feel stressed, anxious, or sad? Do I feel guilty or empty afterward, instead of relaxed and satisfied? If the answer is yes to any of these, it could mean that masturbation is being used as an emotional crutch rather than just an enjoyable activity. Over time, this can create a cycle of dependency, where you turn to it every time you feel down instead of addressing the root cause of your emotions. If you feel like masturbation is becoming excessive, here are some simple steps to regain control. Take breaks. If you're experiencing soreness or numbness, give your body time to recover. A few days of abstaining can reset your sensitivity levels and bring things back to normal. Set boundaries. If masturbation is interfering with your routine, set a limit on how often or when you allow yourself to do it. For example, you might decide not to use porn every day, or only masturbate at certain times. This helps to build discipline and keeps it from becoming a mindless habit. Replace the habit with other activities. If you're masturbating out of boredom or stress, try redirecting your energy into something productive. Exercise, reading, socializing, or even picking up a new hobby can help break the cycle and give you something else to focus on. Reduce porn consumption. If you're constantly watching porn, it may be desensitizing your brain to normal stimulation. Cutting back on porn can help retrain your brain to respond to real-life intimacy. Focus on real-life interactions. If masturbation is replacing intimacy in relationships, try making more effort to connect with a partner. If you're single, focus on social interactions and personal development rather than relying on porn and masturbation as your main source of sexual fulfillment. Question 4. Does masturbation cause blindness, hair loss, or other health issues? This, in my opinion, is one of the biggest misconceptions about masturbation. The idea that it can somehow cause blindness, hair loss, weak bones, infertility, or even insanity beats my imagination. These claims are nothing more than age-old myths that have been passed down through generations. They have no scientific backing and were created primarily to instill fear, guilt, and shame around a perfectly natural human behavior. But where did these myths even come from? For centuries, many societies, cultures, and even some religious teachings viewed sexual pleasure, especially self-pleasure, as something sinful, harmful, or even dangerous. In the 18th and 19th centuries, medical professionals with little scientific evidence spread false claims that masturbation led to a wide range of terrifying consequences. Some even warned that it would cause hysteria, weaken the body, lead to madness, or result in moral decay. These myths were used to discourage people, particularly young men and women, from engaging in sexual exploration. One of the most famous examples of this misinformation came from Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. Yes, the guy who created cornflakes. He believed that masturbation led to all kinds of physical and mental deterioration, including weakness, insanity, and even murder. Of course, modern science has completely debunked these ideas, but unfortunately, some of these myths still linger today. The truth is, there is absolutely no scientific evidence linking masturbation to blindness, hair loss, weak bones, infertility, or any serious health problems. Not a single medical study supports these claims. In fact, the opposite is true. Moderate masturbation has been found to have several health benefits. Question 5. Does masturbation lower testosterone? Many people worry that frequent masturbation could lower testosterone levels, leading to fatigue, reduced muscle growth, weaker sex drive, or even lower masculinity. This fear is common, especially among men who are focused on fitness, performance, or overall vitality. Why they are correct in parts, but they certainly didn't explain it so well. When you masturbate and ejaculate, your body goes through a short refractory period. This is a natural recovery phase where you feel relaxed or even tired. This happens because, after orgasm, your body releases prolactin, a hormone that plays a role in reducing sexual arousal and temporarily suppressing testosterone levels. So yes, there is a dip in testosterone after ejaculation, but here's the key point: it's temporary. Within a few hours, your testosterone levels return to their normal baseline. Your body is incredibly efficient at regulating hormone levels, so unless you're masturbating constantly and excessively, this temporary dip has no lasting impact. You might have also heard that avoiding masturbation for days or even weeks can lead to a huge spike in testosterone levels. There is some truth to this, but it's often exaggerated. Studies suggest that after 3 to 7 days of abstinence, testosterone levels may experience a slight increase, with some reports showing a peak around day 7. However, this increase is not significant enough to make a noticeable difference in energy, strength, or libido. If you're serious about boosting testosterone, then it is time to fix lifestyle habits. That has a much bigger impact on hormone levels. Here's what actually makes a difference. Nutrition matters. A diet high in protein, healthy fats, and essential micronutrients is key. Foods rich in zinc, like red meat, eggs and nuts, and magnesium, like spinach and almonds, help support testosterone production. On the flip side, excessive processed foods and sugar can negatively impact hormone balance. Strength training and exercise, lifting weights, sprinting, and high-intensity workouts have been proven to boost testosterone significantly more than avoiding masturbation. Compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses are especially effective. Getting enough sleep. Testosterone is primarily produced during deep sleep, especially in the REM cycle. People who get less than 6 hours of sleep per night often see a big drop in testosterone levels. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep for optimal hormone function. Reducing stress. High stress equals high cortisol, and cortisol directly lowers testosterone. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and taking breaks from work help manage stress and keep testosterone levels stable. Avoiding too much alcohol and smoking. Heavy alcohol use can disrupt hormone production and lower testosterone over time. The same goes for excessive smoking, which negatively affects blood circulation and overall health. Maintaining a healthy weight. Excess body fat, especially around the belly, leads to increased estrogen production, which can reduce testosterone. Staying lean and active is one of the best ways to naturally optimize hormone levels. Question 6. Can masturbation cause erectile dysfunction, ED? No, masturbation itself does not cause erectile dysfunction, ED. However, when paired with excessive porn consumption, it can lead to a condition known as porn-induced erectile dysfunction, PIE, a growing issue among many men these days. Masturbation is a natural and healthy activity when done in moderation. It helps release stress, improve mood, and even boost sleep quality. But problems arise when frequent masturbation is combined with heavy porn use, especially extreme or high-stimulation content. Why? Because porn does more than just entertain. It actively rewires your brain's reward system. Let's break this down. Every time you watch porn, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which is responsible for pleasure and motivation. This is the same brain chemical triggered by food, social interactions, and even addictive substances like drugs. The more intense the porn, the bigger the dopamine rush. Over time, if you're constantly seeking more extreme, novel, or fast-paced content, your brain becomes desensitized. You start to crave more stimulation just to feel the same level of arousal. The problem? When your brain gets used to instant, limitless, high-stimulation porn, real-life intimacy may start to feel underwhelming. Your partner's touch, the warmth of real human connection, and even physical stimulation might not trigger the same excitement. And when this happens repeatedly, it can lead to difficulties achieving or maintaining an erection, what we call porn-induced ED. So how do you know if porn is affecting your sexual performance? Here are some telltale signs. Erections with porn, but struggles in real-life situations. You have no problem getting aroused when watching porn, but find it difficult to stay hard with a partner, needing more extreme content over time. What used to excite you no longer does, so you keep searching for more intense, unusual, or niche categories. Less attraction to real-life intimacy. Kissing, touching, and even being naked with a partner doesn't feel as exciting as watching porn. Delayed ejaculation or inability to orgasm. You struggle to finish during sex, but have no issues when masturbating to porn. If any of these sound familiar, your brain might have become conditioned to respond only to digital stimulation instead of real-life touch and connection. The good news? Porn-induced erectile dysfunction is not permanent, and many people recover their natural arousal levels by making simple, consistent changes. Reduce or eliminate porn use for a while, also known as a dopamine reset or NoFap. Replace porn with healthier sexual habits like engaging in intimacy with a partner or using imagination instead. Avoid scrolling through explicit content, even casually. It can trigger the old patterns. Spend more time on physical intimacy. Hugging, kissing, cuddling, and non-sexual touch help retrain your brain to respond to real people. Engage in sensory activities like massage, slow foreplay, or even mindful breathing during intimacy. Exercise regularly, especially cardio and strength training, which boost blood flow and testosterone levels. Eat a balanced diet rich in healthy fats, proteins, and zinc to support natural libido. Manage stress and get enough sleep. Chronic stress and fatigue can lower sexual function over time. However, recovery time varies from person to person. Some people notice improvements within a few weeks, while others might take a couple of months, depending on how long they've been relying on porn. The key is to stay consistent and allow your brain to reset. The more you focus on real-world interactions and natural arousal, the quicker you'll see positive changes. Question 7. Does masturbation reduce sperm count? One of the common concerns people have about masturbation is whether it lowers sperm count, a question almost similar to question 5. There's a lot of confusion around this, and it's important to separate facts from myths. So let's break it down in a clear and simple way. First, every time you ejaculate, whether through masturbation or sex, you do release sperm. That's completely normal. But the big question is, does this have a lasting effect on sperm production? The short answer is no, not really. The human body is designed to constantly produce sperm, so even if you ejaculate frequently, your body will keep replenishing your sperm supply. Your testicles don't just run out, they work like a factory that never stops. New sperm are being made all the time through a process called spermatogenesis, which takes about 64 days for a full cycle, but production is ongoing every single day. Now, it is true that if you ejaculate multiple times in a short period, like several times a day, your sperm concentration in each release might be slightly lower because your body hasn't had enough time to fully replenish the semen volume and sperm count. However, this drop is only temporary. Within a day or two, sperm levels return to normal as long as your body is healthy and functioning properly. For the average person, sperm count isn't something to worry about when it comes to masturbation. Your body is constantly producing fresh sperm, so there's no permanent depletion. However, if you're trying to conceive, this is where things get a little more interesting. Some studies suggest that spacing out ejaculations, say every 2 to 3 days, may help optimize sperm quality and motility, which are both important for fertility. That's because it allows time for the sperm count to build up, leading to higher sperm concentration and potentially improving the chances of fertilization. But even in this case, daily ejaculation doesn't necessarily mean infertility. It just means that sperm concentration might be slightly lower in each release. On the other hand, too much abstinence isn't necessarily better either. Some research suggests that going too long without ejaculation, like several weeks, can actually lead to DNA damage in sperm or a decrease in motility. So, moderation is key. If fertility is your concern, the best approach is a balanced frequency of ejaculation, a healthy diet, proper hydration, and lifestyle habits that support overall reproductive health, like regular exercise and avoiding excessive stress. Question 8. Can women masturbate too much? Masturbation is a completely normal and healthy part of female sexuality. Many women masturbate for different reasons. Some do it for pleasure, relaxation, stress relief, or even to help with menstrual cramps. It's also a great way to learn about your body, understand what brings you pleasure, and improve overall sexual confidence. In fact, studies show that women who engage in self-pleasure tend to have a stronger connection with their sexuality and experience better satisfaction in partnered intimacy because they know what works for them. However, a common question that arises is whether it's possible to masturbate too much. And the answer depends on how it affects your body and daily life. For most women, masturbation has no harmful effects when done in moderation. However, excessive masturbation, especially with high-powered vibrators, can lead to temporary desensitization. This happens because the nerve endings in the clitoral or vaginal area can become overstimulated due to constant or intense vibrations, making it harder to feel pleasure from gentle touch or intercourse. But here's the good news. This is not permanent. If you notice a decrease in sensitivity, you can take a short break from intense stimulation and allow your body to naturally reset. Sensitivity typically returns within a few weeks, depending on how frequently you've been using strong vibrations. Aside from physical desensitization, another aspect to consider is how masturbation fits into your lifestyle. If you find that it's interfering with work, school, or responsibilities, making you withdraw from social activities or relationships, becoming a coping mechanism for emotional distress like stress, anxiety, or boredom, causing guilt, shame, or compulsive behaviors, then it might be time to reevaluate your habits and create a healthier balance. Like anything else, too much of a good thing can become problematic if it starts affecting other areas of life. Question 9. Is masturbation bad for mental health? Masturbation is often misunderstood when it comes to mental health. Many people grow up hearing that it's something shameful, embarrassing, or even damaging to their minds. But in reality, masturbation, when done in a balanced and controlled manner, can actually have positive mental health effects. It's a natural way to release tension, relax, and even improve mood. When we masturbate, our brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, chemicals that make us feel good. These same chemicals are released when we exercise, laugh, or hug someone we love. As a result, masturbation can serve as a natural stress reliever, helping people unwind after a long day or cope with anxiety, frustration, or restlessness. However, the issue arises when masturbation shifts from a natural, healthy behavior to a compulsive habit, something done out of impulse rather than genuine desire. For some, it becomes a way to escape from emotional pain rather than a simple act of pleasure. This is where the mental health risks begin to develop. To understand when masturbation might negatively impact mental health, ask yourself these questions. Am I using masturbation as a way to escape feelings of loneliness, sadness, or boredom? Do I feel an uncontrollable urge to do it, even when I don't really want to? Does it interfere with my responsibilities, work, or social life? Do I feel guilt, shame, or frustration after masturbating? If the answer is yes to any of these, it may be a sign that masturbation is no longer just a simple form of stress relief. It has become a coping mechanism for deeper emotional struggles. For example, someone dealing with chronic anxiety might masturbate excessively to distract themselves from their worries. Someone feeling lonely may rely on masturbation instead of seeking real human connection. For individuals struggling with depression, it can become an escape from their emotions, rather than addressing what's truly bothering them. In these cases, masturbation is no longer a conscious choice. It becomes an automatic reaction to negative feelings. This can create a cycle where people feel emotionally low, masturbate to numb the feeling, experience temporary relief, but then feel guilty or unfulfilled afterward. Over time, this can contribute to worsening mental health, social withdrawal, and even feelings of isolation. Question 10. How often is too much masturbation? How much is too much? Is there a number that defines overdoing it? Should you be worried if you masturbate every day, or only once a week? The truth is, there is no universal correct amount of masturbation. Some people masturbate daily, some a few times a week, and others rarely or not at all. And you know what? All of these are normal. Your frequency depends on your body, your lifestyle, your energy levels, and your personal needs. But let's get to the real question here. How do you know when masturbation is becoming a problem? What separates a healthy habit from an unhealthy one? It all comes down to balance and how it affects your daily life. These are signs that you might be overdoing it. It interferes with your responsibilities. Are you skipping work, school, or important tasks because you'd rather stay in bed and masturbate? If you're constantly choosing masturbation over your goals and responsibilities, it's worth taking a step back. Life is about balance. Pleasure should complement your life, not control it. It's impacting your relationships. Are you losing interest in real-life intimacy? If masturbation is making you avoid partners, feel disconnected in relationships, or prefer porn over physical touch, that's a red flag. Masturbation should be a part of a healthy sexual experience, not a replacement for real connections. You feel compelled to do it, even when you don't want to. Do you feel like you have to masturbate, even when you're not in the mood? If it's becoming a habit that feels like a compulsion, rather than a choice, it might be a sign of a deeper emotional or psychological issue. Some people use masturbation as an escape from stress, anxiety, or loneliness. If you find yourself using it as a coping mechanism, it's worth reflecting on what's really driving that urge. It's causing physical discomfort or sensitivity issues. Your body knows when it's had enough. If you're feeling soreness, irritation, or numbness, it's time to give yourself a break. Overstimulation, especially with high-powered toys or frequent friction, can lead to temporary desensitization. And while this usually isn't permanent, excessive stimulation can make it harder to enjoy real intimacy when the time comes. It's leading to guilt or shame. Sexuality should be a source of pleasure, not stress. If you're constantly feeling guilt, regret, or shame after masturbating, it's important to ask yourself why. Is it because of personal beliefs, cultural influences, or do you feel like you're losing control? Understanding the root of these feelings can help you develop a healthier relationship with your body and your sexuality. At the end of the day, masturbation is only too much if it's negatively impacting your life. If you're able to maintain your daily responsibilities, enjoy fulfilling relationships, and feel good physically and mentally, then there's no reason to worry. Your body is yours to explore, and self-pleasure can be a healthy and normal part of that journey. But if you ever feel like masturbation is taking over your life, interfering with your happiness, or leading to physical or emotional distress, know that you're not alone. There's always help available in whether it's through personal reflection, setting limits, or seeking professional advice. Your well-being matters, and you deserve to feel good, inside and out.